It looks like in Montana, man, we've got a...
the darkness is spreading.
In Bozeman, recent decision to ban indoor vaping in public places. I guess is it Gallatin or Gallatin? Gallatin County may be challenged in court. Ron Marshall, owner of Freedom Vapes in Bozeman, says he's found emails exchanged among Gallatin County health officials. He claims now show health officials work to change images and information to put vaping and vapors in the worst light possible. He says they are trying to portray an image of vaping that is a lie. Got a little news clip here. We can play that if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Check this out.
On a recent decision to ban indoor vaping in public places in Gallatin County may be challenged in court. NBC Montana's Larissa Casillas spoke to one vape shop owner who's laying the groundwork for a lawsuit. She joins us live now with why. Larissa?
Orlinda, the owner of Freedom Vapes in Bozeman, says he's found email exchanged among Gallatin County health officials that he says shows an effort to portray vapors in a negative way.
They're trying to portray an image of vaping that it's a lie. People are using it to quit smoking tobacco.
Freedom Vapes owner Ron Marshall says the county's recent decision to ban public indoor vaping is hurting his business. He obtained email correspondence among health department officials that he claims adds insult to injury. He shared a portion of the 4,000-page document with us. Here's some of what was said. If you can alter the labels of the vape juices to portray toxicity, that would be great. As they are right now, they may promote vaping. Another exchange reads, it would probably be smart to have imagery of teens that identify with hip-hop and alternative culture and peer groups. Here at the county health department, they say they were just doing the responsible thing.
For years, we've dealt with the big tobacco companies and the vaping industry working together to really glamorize and popularize not only smoking, but now use of electronic cigarettes and other vaping devices. And so what this email really is a working with a graphic designer to develop a social media post that is oriented toward young people, get their attention and to spread that message that, hey, that there are health risks associated with this.
As for Marshall, he says he'll first appeal the board's decision, and if that doesn't work, he'll sue in district court.
They colluded. And it goes to a lot of jurisdictions, and there's possibly a federal civil rights violation involved in this.
Meanwhile, the Board of Health says they will only comment on litigation if and when that happens. Reporting in the newsroom, Larissa Casillas, NBC Montana.
There you go. Thanks to KTVM-TV for that clip there. Yeah, that reeks of collusion.
Yeah, I mean, when they're literally going like, okay, let's show people with asthma, coughing, and stuff that have nothing to do with vaping, but let's use those images as vapors.
Let's show,
and it's put out by the county health department.
Yeah, the toxicity.
Yeah, that's and that's the county health department who most people in their local communities
that business owner is paying taxes to support.
Right, and people trust to give them the accurate information.
Right.
So
supposedly
when they
working in the public good.
They are showing people that are sick with asthma or what have you, coughing, doing things that have nothing to do with vaping. They're you basically the people you're trusting in your local community with health are basically lying to you.
Yeah.
They're basically twisting the truth,
or being at the best being willfully ignorant.
Right. Well, I mean, they even perfectly said that. The images of vapors look like we're promoting vaping. So let's go get sick people.
Right.
So we can use those images. Well, those aren't people that are vaping or vapors. You're just getting pictures of sick people and saying that they're vapors. Yep. I mean, that's a complete lie. It's a flat out lie. Right. And that's your government, like you said, tax dollars being spent to help shape and form an opinion of an entire county here where there's no indoor vaping, even in this man's vape shop, to help people get off cigarettes. And it's all based off the public perception that the health department is telling the truth. And that
you're supposed to be the experts on health, and yet you are willfully ignorant of the science that shows that that's not what vaping does.
Right.
What the hell? So at best, you're just not doing your job.
I need a credential check, please.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I mean, honestly, like,
who's overseeing these people?
What college did they go to get that job?
Good Lord. That's just great. You know what?
And I mean, I think he's got a great case there because I think, honestly, I mean, maybe at first glance to some people, they may go, well, they're just, coming together with a strategic marketing plan to hit, to target youth. Yeah, but they're the health department.
Right.
This isn't a company that's just targeting a certain demographic for their campaign. And this is the health department that is taken as fact in the public. Mm-hmm. And again, as you said, with your tax dollars that are putting out a lie to get consensus on a vote to ban something that actually helps people from dying.
Mm-hmm.
Just
right. Jesus. It just makes you
question, again, right. That one, the credentials of the people in this health department.
Right.
Two, why they still have a job there.
Right.
Three, that why is the public so easily swayed, to
right.
I don't know, man.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, this is the Gallatin City Health Department?
It is.
Yes. Is Matt Kelly in?
I can check and tell him who's calling.
Yeah, Pablo and the Rodman, Vape Radio.
Okay, hold on just a moment.
Thank you. See if we can get this guy on the air.
Trick-or-treat.
$5 says he doesn't take our call. Just a thought. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. It's funny how, when we call these people on these things, oh, yeah, they'll never go out and go on the air with you or anything.
No.
Wonder why. If they have such firmly held beliefs.
Right, yeah. I'm the worst. I do exactly that. I'm like,
yeah.
If I'm upset today, I'm going to tell you on the radio.
Yes. I got a feeling we'll hear that beep quite a few times while they're like, tell them I'm in a meeting. The lawyer said I can't go on the air. Something.
I'm giving out flu shots.
Mm-hmm.
Matt is not answering. Would you like his voicemail?
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Okay, hold on.
Cool. Thank you. That's the worst on hold thing ever.
Right?
I'm surprised they don't have a message about how vaping is terrible. On their on hold.
Right.
Look, we've gotten a lot of money from some of these lobbies, and so,
Hi, this is Matt Kelly, Health Officer of the Gallatin City County Health Department. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Or if you need assistance right away, call Tony Lucker at 582-3144.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Matt, it's Pablo and the Rodman at Vape Radio. We're radio station deals with vape, and we saw the piece on KTVM TV on the internet, and wanted to talk to you, maybe give you some education on the vape industry and how the vast majority of vape shops and vapors are not affiliated with big tobacco in any shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
So we just wanted to, talk to you about that, maybe help you clarify some of those things and talk to you about the issue going on. If you want to give us a call back, our number is 888-VAPE-FAM, 888-VAPE-FAM, or you can find us at vaperadio.com. And, we'd love to have you comment on this, because we think you guys are off base quite a bit. And some of the steps that have been taken, kind of on the shady side. Yeah. So, that's just where we're seeing this. So we'd love to have the opportunity to educate you on what we, on the vapor industry side, the vape shop side,
right,
feel about these things and who we are and what we do, because it's not the way we've been portrayed. So there you go. If you'd like to get back to us, by all means, or you can email us, Pablo at vaperadio.com, Rodman at vaperadio.com. We'd love to hear from you. There, nice and polite.
I had one more thing I was going to do.
Oh, did you? What were you going to do?
Trick or treat.
Air horn his ass. There you go. But yeah, so, I mean, of course the guy's not going to call back. I'll be stunned if that actually occurred.
Well, we'll keep monitoring it, though. You know what?
Yeah. But that's what we've got to do, is we've got to call these people and
call them out and go, yeah, that's incorrect. And we need to do it in numbers.
Right.
There should be numbers,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, numbers on it.
Yeah.
Everyone calling and check.
Yeah, and it's just...
I feel bad for the guy in the vape shop. Okay, he has a vape shop there. He's trying to, to help the community, people in the community there, and, basically, provide harm reduction for these people in some way to transition. And now he can't
Please
have vapors in his shop.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he can't even have vaping in his shop because it's an indoor vape ban.
That's crazy.
So how does that work? You
Right.
know? How do you? Okay, can I have you step outside of the sidewalk so you can sample this brand new raspberry cheesecake?
Right. Come out here in this field behind the
Right.
shop, and we'll
I know it's
vape it out there.
Supposed to be chocolate mocha, but it smells like the back of a parking lot. I'm not quite sure. Well, that's kind of we're in a parking lot.
Right. Let's see if we can get a call through here. He just got our message because obviously he's been very busy plotting his counter moves.
Yeah.
That would be Mr. Ron Marshall.
Yeah.
Of Freedom Vapes.
Hero for our vape community. He's down there fighting on the front lines.
Ron, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing well. So let's talk about it. Indoor vaping ban in is it just your city or the county?
It is actually in the county. We have
the entire
two
county.
shops. Well, yep. And we have two shops there. We have one in Bozeman. We have one in Belgrade, about 9-10 miles to the west.
Yeah.
We also have a shop in Hamilton. And they tried this stuff down here in Hamilton, in what we call Raleigh County. Passed it, one of those things, no public notice. It just popped up on our radar after the fact. And, of course, we went down. We challenged it. Sat down with some of the board members, actually had them come in our shop, discuss it. And some of the board members there are actually physicians. One is a forensics nurse who gets science, unlike some of these people who just read, whatever's on email.
Whatever runs across their news feed on Facebook, right? No, you're right.
Exactly. I read it on Facebook. It must be true. So, So we talked to them, and of course we encountered the usual suspects who were fighting back hard: ACS, CAN, Heart and Lung, and they were trying to steer the board their way, of course. And in the middle of all that, the understanding came that, hey, the Board of Health, if you read the state law, the Board of Health, they're not an elected body; they're an appointed body.
Right.
They got it. They liked what they saw, but at the same time, Montana statute doesn't give them the authority to change state statute, and the Clean Indoor Air Act is state statute.
Right.
So they basically rescinded the policy and turned around and said, well, it's up to the state at the Capitol, and that's where it went. Well, in that, we did a FOIA request on all the information that they had here in Raleigh, and there was email exchanges to Gallatin County, so, follow the money.
Right, imagine that.
Did a FOIA.
You know what?
Yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing those out, because, the vape world got hold of those and started sharing those around, and
spread like wildfire.
Pretty damning stuff against the crew there in
make
Montana.
It look more toxic than it is,
Right. Can we find pictures of sick kids to put on it?
Can we get more toxicity, please? Yes. I mean, people with asthma, things that have nothing to do with vaping.
Exactly. And, so, we of course dropped the hammer on them with a FOIA. And, they were none too happy, but what they did is they gave us basically, 5,000 pages of information. Of course, it was all garbled. Some of it was reprinted 3 or 4 times. It was out of sequence. There was a bunch of garbage in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So double-sided copies, and you got to go through and read each page by page. Dates are all mixed up. But what we did find, it's like needles in a haystack. A lot of incriminating stuff, and of course, everybody's seen part of what we put out so far. But it's like a good old TV commercial, But wait, if you call in the next 10 minutes,
right,
there's more.
Right. Oh, there's more. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see, how much you guys didn't show the world. I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure there's going to be some attorneys that will be showing some things.
Yeah, and kudos to you and your attorney for doing that, for requesting that information and digging through that to find that and show exactly what we're up against. And the thing is they will sway public opinion and votes on this issue with false information.
Yeah.
They will use the false information, false narrative to basically, to push their agenda, which is totally against science, totally the wrong, in the wrong, and use that as fact. And there's a lot of people that will believe it as such. And when that's put out by your health department and it's false information, I mean, that right there to me is just...
Well, and also when you just boil it down, you look at, Ron, let me ask you this. You have 3 shops in the area, right? How long have those shops been in business? When did you open your first one?
Going on 5 years now.
5 years.
Yep.
So 5 years times 3 shops. How many dollars a year do you put into the local government through your taxes that you pay, I wonder? Just off your business. I mean, just ballpark figure, would you guestimate?
What's that?
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right. So you're funding them to attack you for something that's just their scare tactics. Yeah. That at what point can a government just attack a small business? That would be like if I'm the mayor of a town and I just go, you know what? That carpenter over there, I don't like the way he's doing business. Right. I'm going to get rid of him. Even though he's done nothing wrong. Like that would be a huge conflict of interest.
Right.
Like, so yeah, I think you guys definitely have the hammer in this situation and you need to swing it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. We do have some documents in there that come after us specifically. So now you're getting into, a federal level. That's, you're violating civil rights at that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
well, it's almost to the point of, is it almost it's almost like organized crime. Like it's a plot. Right. There are RICO statutes for things like this.
You and I can't do this, but the government can for some reason.
The mob does stuff like this and they send John Gotti to prison for doing these things. Yeah. But they're doing the same things.
Well, I think us vapors need to let maybe the county officials know how displeased we are with him.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to get that word out. So
we did call that Matt Kelly guy.
Yeah, we called. He wouldn't take our phone. Yeah.
Yes, strangely enough, he wouldn't take our phone call. Are you surprised by that, Ron?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you've seen the video online, it's like here's an educated weasel that's, hiding in the dark.
Exactly. He was, exactly. And he hid from us. But I think it's exactly what we need to do. We need all the vapors listening, everybody listening to Vape Radio, the Vape fam, to come out and basically let the officials there and let them know that, we're watching. We see what you're doing. You're wrong, and you're wrong.
And if you're curious, that would be the Gallatin County Health Department, which you can Google their phone number.
Yes, absolutely.
And, their phone lines are open, But remember, when you get the lady at the front desk who answers,
nice to her.
Be nice, be polite, be professional until you get to somebody like Matt Kelly or what's the other one, Jen?
Oh, Jen McFarling.
Jen McFarling. There you
go. Curiously enough, her husband also happens to be running for city council.
Wow. How interesting.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I think it's either city council or county commissioner, maybe. I don't know, one of the two. Yeah. So
that's interesting. Well, Ron, what do you see that the vape world can do to help you guys? What can we be doing to help you?
Well, just support us. We do have a GoFundMe account. We have, as of to date, probably out of pocket right now, we're $10,000. We do have 2 attorneys. And if this goes to, if it's starting to get real sporty, so we're looking probably $25,000 by the time it's all said and done.
Oh wow! Now, do you guys have is there a advocacy group in Montana?
We actually, my wife Deanna and I are. We have the Montana Smoke Free Association, and we both sit on the board of that.
Nice.
But we're doing this on our own. Montana Smoke Free, the shops here in Montana that joined on that are basically what we're doing is that's a gathering more or less for support, and then at the state level.
Absolutely.
What we're doing, we're specifically targeted is, hey, you call down the thunder, you got it.
That's it.
I'm coming for you.
That's it.
Right?
It's crap, but we do have a GoFundMe account up. So, whatever anybody can do, that would help. We're, like I said, we're going to the mattresses on this, so.
That's the only way to go.
It may break me. Yeah, well, I might go down in a hot pile of brass, but, we're going for them.
I know the feeling.
I'm over this stuff.
Amen. Because you've been 5 years running these shops. You've put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the local economy through your tax dollars, or that's just your tax dollars. God knows how much in the local economy overall. And how many people have you converted over those 5 years in those 3 shops? Thousands, probably.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a campaign for a while. We still have people do it. They'll put down their name, how long they smoked, what flavor they quit with, that kind of thing. And I mean, we got stacks and stacks and stacks of those, because, what's the one thing everybody says? Well, these professors, you got the pedophile down there at UC California, Glance, there's no evidence that it works. Hey, what's this?
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. And this is just, this should be an eye-opener for every shop across the country, no matter what state you're in.
Yeah.
You can see things going on at the state level, you see things at the federal level. Watch your counties and your cities. Those guys will do this kind of underhanded crap, and you will never know it.
That's right.
Exactly.
You'll never know it till it's too late.
That's right. You won't know about it until it's right there in your lap.
Exactly. Do not be afraid to send them a FOIA. It's federal law. There's state laws that also cover that. And if you request it, they have to give it to you. And if it's incomplete, you can start putting the pressure on them.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're about to do too, because we have basically some incomplete information. We found out some other people that are connected to this. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be dropping more hammers on them.
Well,
I want the information.
You swing that hammer wide and hard, my friend. And for those listening, again, just to clarify, we are talking about healthygallatin.org at 406-582-3100. I'm just saying. 406-582-3100.
Yeah, what was it? Did you say a number? What was that again?
Yeah, that's area code 406.
Yeah.
582-3100.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
If people wanted to just
if you wanted to write that down, if you wanted to go take the time to get a piece of paper, maybe pen, pencil, whatever you may choose to use,
cue up your cell phone,
and then you wanted to write the phone number down so you could call it after this interview was over. That number again would be
406-582-3100. Or healthygallatin.org.
There you go.
To reach that.
All right, just want to make sure we got that straight. Also on the GoFundMe, it's Fund the Vape FOIA lawsuit.
For those who don't know, that is a Freedom of Information Act.
Right, Freedom of Information Act. But it's what it's going to be written. Fund the Vape FOIA lawsuit. We just shared it out. I shared it out on my personal page. We're going to share it all on all the social media. So right now, $155 to fight this fight. We need more than that, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen.
So if you got some money, let's get on board, Vape Fam, and see if we can't make some things happen with this, because it's very important. Because once they come for one, they'll come for another and another and another and another and another.
Now, has this ever happened before, Ron, in your history there in Montana as a vape shop owner? Have you seen these things attempted before?
Oh, yeah, the indoor air bands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Missoula County did it here not too long ago, and the city of Missoula did, and they passed it, but they went through and did an ordinance, but they have a problem. In Montana, back in 2015, Deanna and I and a few of the other shop owners here in Montana worked with a couple of our legislators up there, and we had a bill drafted, and this is long before the FDA dropped their regs. And in Montana, vaping products are considered alternative nicotine delivery systems.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a law that says we're not a tobacco product in the state of Montana.
Okay.
And
interesting.
Yeah. Yep. We have a very, very different set of rules we play by here. Now, if you want to sell vape products here in Montana, you have to get a $5 license through the Department of Revenue, but you're separate. It's not a tobacco license.
Okay.
Well, what they did in Missoula City is they called it an electronic smoking device. No such animal by law in Montana. And they also included parts of Montana code, Montana statute, into their ordinance. Well, that can be fought all day long. But I do have a letter from one of the head health officials there from the health department that came up in our FOIA we got that said they had to, quote, put down the myth that vaping is safer than smoking, and then right after that, quote, but what isn't safer than smoking, unquote. That's from the county, that's city health official.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's blatant.
It's blatant. It's right there.
I don't know. That could be, that will probably get challenged. There's a few other counties where they pass these ordinances, in the counties, but there's no vape shops there. 'Cause, I mean, Montana, look how big we are, and we're just over 1 million people.
Spread out everywhere.
And Billings, the Yellowstone County over there, they did it, but they're being sued as well. They're in court right now. The Tavern Owners Association actually went after them. So, I mean, it's not, there's a lot of deep stuff in here.
Yeah, you're in for a fight, man. That's another reason why the Vape fam needs to get behind and support this. We've shared it out now on all of our social media groups, the GoFundMe page. So, again, you're at $155. They're going to need more than that, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just go ahead and start, share that out everywhere you can. Let's spread it. Let's share it. And let's see if we can't help this fight. Because, again, we need to snuff this out before it spreads.
Amen. Now, Ron, what is your background before you came to Vape?
Before I came to Vape, United States Army Infantry.
I kind of figured when you were talking about your brass, I was like, this is a military man. And again, this is how, you hear a lot of times about, we've got to take care of our veterans. We've got to put opportunities for our veterans. But you know what? This is one of your veterans.
Just doing good.
Being shit on by his local government.
Right.
Again, where's any kind of due respect in that regard?
Right.
But then to be targeted by your own government.
And that's the thing, it's like, well, wait a minute, where are my rights? And that's one of the things I tell these people here, it's like, you want to quote the Clean Indoor Air Act, the right for people to breathe smoke-free air. Well, I don't smoke, but your laws are putting me out with smokers.
Right.
And where's my right at? Where are my rights at?
Right. And you're a man that's fought for those rights.
And it's like, well, wait a minute, this is just wrong. But at the same time, here's another thing everybody can do out there. We have a lot of our state representatives, our state senators, who know us, and we know them quite well. They understand what we do. And how many of those shop owners out there have actually had their congressman come into their shop on a regular basis?
Right.
We do.
You do. Wow.
We do. And he understands what we're doing. He knows what we're doing.
Yeah.
And what congressman is that? What is that person's name?
Congressman Greg Giaforte.
I think Greg needs a phone call.
Well, nope. Greg's actually hopefully will get
on your
back
side.
in
So
there.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah. We need Greg to call the health department and say, "Hey guys, know me?"
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, I may have a problem with this. All right.
I think he did. Well, the beauty of all this is one of the state senators that's in the Gallatin County that represents the district there actually sits on the judicial committee that heard this Clean Indoor Air Act last session and sided with us. And then I sent him an email and then talked to him. And I said, the county's trying to rewrite state statute. And his reply was, no. So, when you start getting the hierarchy upset at you, you have a problem.
Absolutely.
My philosophy on this is, if you're going to play in the mud, you're going to get dirty. But what I like to do is use their own weapons against them. Use the law in your favor. It's already there.
Right.
But use that law in your favor against them. If they break it, then hammer them.
Right.
And even Matt Kelly sat right there in that interview. If you watch the interview that's been posted, the news clip, he said, his philosophy was, tobacco companies and all these people have been doing this forever, so we're just doing the responsible thing.
Right, he did.
Well, wait a minute. The responsible thing would not to lie to people, especially the health department.
Right.
And that's what you're doing. You're lying to people.
Well, and it takes somebody like you brave enough to stand up and make the fight a fight and not just back down and go, this is too much. Somebody that's willing to stand there and take it and stand up to the powers that be and go, no, this is wrong, and I'll go down swinging if I need to. And that says a lot about your character and your service to our country and who you are as an individual, and we're glad to have you part of the Vape family. So thank you for what you're doing. We need to support these guys.
Don't forget, I've got a better half that goes with Deanna, my wife. She's in this just as hard as I am.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's not by no means. It's not all me, but it's there's quite a few people behind it. Like I said, we have a couple of attorneys, but I just tell people, get involved out there.
Right.
Get to know your local politicians. I mean, it's great. Everybody goes up to the Hill. The day on the Hill at Washington D.C. Okay, that's great. Local.
Right.
You got to change it at the local level.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, Ron,
get your FOIAs.
That's right. Get your FOIA on.
That's it. Good job, man. Again, and we're going to support you. And we're going to we've pushed this all out. We're going to continue to follow along. And anytime you got some new developments, give us a call. Give us a call and let us know. We're going to see if we can't get some fundage up for you to help in this fight. And hopefully we can stomp this out before it starts spreading to other states.
Amen.
So.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thanks everybody out there. I mean, we're all in this together, whether, we may not know each other, but everybody's in this together. I mean, we all, basically everybody got into vaping for the same reason. You open shops for the same reason. That's to help people, kick the habit.
That's it.
That's it.
Get away from that stuff and, to change lives, to help people. And, that's why we're here.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for that, we would, what would we have?
Amen.
Anyway,
all right, Ron Marshall.
I appreciate everything, guys.
Brother, keep fighting, and again, keep us in the loop on everything that's happening, and we will be here for you the whole way. So let's get ready. Get round one has occurred. Shots have been fired.
Fun to fight,
and here we go. Ron's about to fire back.